Good evening or good morning, depending on where you are, because we have a few morningers over here. Welcome to Tim Trial League April. It's the first week. Everything's been reset. It's a clean slate, isn't it, Al?
It certainly is.
We got a new map, and I've had a run around, and I like the look of this one. A bit of a surprise, perhaps. Let's not give it away until they're in.
We're
But
just waiting on the very, very last minute addition. Oh my god, Zebra as well.
okay. Well, you do your thing in the background. I won't talk about the map because let's not talk about it until everyone's in and they're racing. But I've enjoyed a little run around on this one. I think there should be some nice surprises. I don't think it's giving the game away to say there should be some nice variation in some of the runs we see.
Yeah, this map will be explosive, Chris. I think personally. Don't you?
It's gonna blow us away, isn't it? It's
Absolutely.
gonna blow us away. Yeah, so it's gonna be great. As always, the full hour this week. So we'll see what our participants have in their tanks and whether or not they can make it through the full 1 hour's grind. Tests the best of us. Turns hands into claws. Gets that RSI throbbing. You know, all the usual kind of physical ailments that force straphologists to bow out all too soon.
Right,
I speak from experience.
So, you know, just waiting for one more player and then we are ready to go. Come on, Zebra. You can do it. Diabotical updating. Oh my god.
What?
He's updating the game.
Oh, he's updating.
It's alright, I'll be fine.
He's on a 56k modem though, did he tell you that? It's always a nice little present when you see a Diabotical update pending. You're like, oh, what goodies.
Oh, last month is a thing. We should talk about that, shouldn't we?
I guess so. I mean,
Let's leave it till after. We're about to start any second now.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it. Yeah.
If you want to see the results from last week,
well, Demolight actually asks who made the map, and I don't know. So
oh, Panda. Panda made this week's map.
Panda. And the map is called, not Efficient Hookworm, but as far as I'm aware, it's called Crumble.
Yep.
So let's get ready to crumble. And speaking of crumble, I was stewing some rhubarb earlier.
Nice. Sorry, I'm just laughing at let's get ready to crumble. That's amazing.
I kind of do that to myself in my head anytime there's crumble on the menu.
Yeah. Alright, Chris, who are we following?
I don't know because I am still in a lobby.
Oh no. Did you not get in?
No.
Join through the menu. Join through the server list, I'll tell you the passwords.
Yep.
Alright, so people on stream will have noticed that there are rockets on this map, and that's something that we haven't seen before. And I think some people might be upset about that.
Listen, we're forcing some changes here in the.
Yep.
We just want people to try something new, you know.
And we have our first time from ADR. It's a 40.2. I don't know who I'm following because my HUD is all broken. So, okay, try following Chris. Cast a lock on Chris.
I will when I'm in. I will let you know.
Oh, you're still not in?
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just restarting.
Okay, let's. Who's got the times? Let's quickly switch over to. Let's see. Where is he? All right, Kioi. Kioi's pretty good with rockets, I reckon. Hasn't set a time yet, so Alright, he's just going through the map, exploring. So right, let's talk about the map. There is...
I'm in!
He's in! So there's a little... There's a little strafe section at the start. And then, you know, you pick up a rocket launcher, you keep going. Right here where we're watching cans, you can see that there's an upper route and a lower route here.
Yeah.
It's like a jump pad. You go through this door here, you lose your rockets. But if you take the lower route, take the jump pad, you actually keep your rockets all the way. So that's what is confusing some people right now.
Oh, and I played this map for like 10-15 minutes and I didn't even notice that. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see.
On the upper route, there's a sort of weapon restrictor that removes your rocket.
Interesting.
And so yeah, like it's a kind of interesting dynamic that way. I personally think that no one's going to not take the rocket, surely, right?
Well, the lower route is does kind of force you on this jump pad, which is a bit annoying.
It does slow you down.
And so I think part of it is going to be people judging what's going to work for them or not.
But you can see now.
You can see, yeah, he's making up
Cans-
for it.
Yeah, Cans is taking massive. I don't know what I was talking about there, but he's doing well with the rockets after that part. So maybe the jump pad isn't that much of a detriment to that route.
Yeah, I've never seen jump pads like it, to be honest.
Yeah, ones that extend, like open up underneath your feet and get longer, get bigger.
As if Panda is trying to annoy you.
There's actually two like that.
Yeah, there are two. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I think we're going to make Rocketeers out of these races. I reckon by the end of the April League.
Oh, aye.
But yeah, it's gonna add a nice dynamic zoo. How long am I playing for? I'll let him know 1 hour.
Right, who are we looking at? Who's got the good times? Oh shit, ADR already has a 29. Let's switch over and watch ADR, shall we?
Let's do that. Yeah, I'm on him. Oh, okay, he's trying to make use of this little double jump at the start. Or maybe not. Going for a double rocket there. Little side action. Love a little side action rocket. That's the technical term.
Yep. So you'll notice that on that jump pad, there's actually a little lip at the top. Not at the top of the jump pad, but above the jump pad, where if you hit it with enough force, it will send you flying forwards.
Yeah.
So ADR has just sort of worked that out.
One thing I didn't kind of get to was the top half of the top of the second half of the map. And I'm not sure how much time save there is there, but we will find out once we view a few of the runners. I'm sure some will make use of it.
So you're probably thinking, viewers are probably thinking, where's Knight?
Oh, they may be thinking that. They might also be thinking. They might also be thinking, where's the end of this map? Because we haven't
seen it yet. We have the NA players on an NA server, obviously, given that this is weapons. It's going to be a lot better for them on the NA server. And look at this speed. Oh no. Just still trying to figure out the route, but wow.
That's a 90-degree corner there and coming out of speed. Yeah, it's going to need some engineering there.
29 is cool, but I think we will see a way faster run than that. What are your predictions in the chat for the time here tonight? Do we have any? Also, shout outs to chat. I've only just tuned into the chat. How's it going? Low 23 says CrazyAl. Maybe.
Steady on. So we will go to the NA server at some point and
yeah, we'll check out
how they're doing.
Knight and Leaf are doing in a bit. Sub 25 says Jeff. Should we do a prediction for that then? Sub 25?
I think sub 25 is a reasonable one to put up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
18 from Knight says press OK. Yikes, bro.
18.
Yikes.
To be honest, we might go over to that server and just be blown away.
Yeah, just be like, oh shit. Right, okay, that's how you do it.
Totally misjudged.
No one's taking those no one's taking those windows that the ADR just passed, I don't think. Or at least I haven't seen anyone do it. There are some windows you can use to skip certain sections.
There's some nice skipping at the end as well with those platforms. That, if you got good speed, we'll see a lot of air from the top competitors.
Big skip there. See these windows right ahead of him. He can actually go through them.
Oh, okay.
Look, he's just figured it out.
He's clocked it. Yeah, he's clocked it.
Nice. That's what we love to see.
Yeah.
Figuring stuff out like that. And then obviously this final section, as you can see, is only strafes. We get our rockets removed there.
Some people having not finished yet.
Yeah.
Which I'm a bit surprised at. I would have thought.
Well, you know, we're not even 10 minutes in. It's a long. It's going to be a long map. It's an hour long, so people will start to figure it out.
You know, people have different approaches, and we've discussed this before. But whenever I find myself kind of grinding a particular section and I haven't even finished the map, I kind of slap myself on the hand and I say, just like get to the end, like know what you're dealing with first, you know.
Yeah. While we've been talking rubbish, Zoot and CrazyAl have overtaken ADR with a 27 and a 28 respectively. Let's switch over to Zoot.
Okay.
We'll have a look. He is not streaming tonight, unfortunately. Just about to set another time. Is it faster? Not quite. But yeah, Zoot says he's unable to stream tonight, so this is all we'll get to see from him. Unfortunately, I think some other people. Sorry.
You're gonna miss the
defrag face.
the defrag forehead action.
You notice there's only a few people taking this left side route as well.
Yeah, and that's the route I kind of was settling on. But it can be a bit tricky here on this jump on the right hand side, just getting
that triple jump there to get up.
Yeah, it can be a bit tricky. Yeah.
So once again, this map is by Panda. I don't think I've seen any other maps from Panda. If I'm wrong about that, please let me know in the chat. But if this is his first map, this is really good, I think. Like first race map, this is a pretty good map. I can definitely see myself enjoying this.
What do you think? Do you think someone's going to break 25?
Almost definitely. I haven't seen Zoot's 27, but yeah, I think 25 is.
Yeah, I mean,
sub 25 is
if Zoot can do 26, 27, I think Knight can do 25. But
Zoot has just taken the top route and ditched the rockets. I wonder if that 27 is without the rockets, because if it is, then 25 is definitely smashable.
Interesting.
Yeah, look, Zoot takes the top route.
But he fires one just before, it gives him some really nice speed.
He's got tons of speed.
But if you don't have the rockets and your spacing's a bit off, you can't use the rockets to kind of...
Yeah, Cactus, check the channel, check the Discord channel, and you'll find the details there.
I'm going to vote for sub 20. Actually, should I vote for sub 25 or not? I don't know. Is a caster allowed to vote? I think I'm going to put my 15,000 points into yes.
Nice. I can't vote because I'm a mod. Sucks because I got tons of points. I got like 50,000 points. Oh, you can now? Nice. I'm gonna put 50k into yes.
Do it.
Okay, it's only 37k. I must have challenged Y2Jake's cat to a duel a couple times.
How did they go?
Excellent.
How do you think?
Did they pussy out?
Yep.
All right, let's get maybe let's switch to Quasar. Let's see if he
Yeah, sure.
see what they're up to. Chase the leader, making use of that window quite nicely. He seems to have the start nailed with that jump.
Nice. Jump through the window there.
Whereas if Zoo got 27, Knight will get 15.
It's going to be like, so if you were on my stream earlier, you will have heard me say that I think this isn't going to be a free round for Knight, and not because Goblin's playing, but I think Leaf is a very strong candidate for this map. Leaf is a fantastic rocket player.
Yeah, and that's actually something we haven't discussed yet, is who's got some rocket ability that can maybe shake things up.
Zoot, definitely.
Yeah.
Quasar and ADR, all old school defrag players, so they certainly have had some time with rockets, you know. Obviously Goblin as well will have played some rocket maps, but I don't think Quasar and I don't think Goblin are that comfortable with rockets, or they like rockets that much. Also Snow, also known as Unnamed Egg Racer, is quite a good rocket runner, mystically as well. Cans and Kioi, I believe, also pretty decent with rockets. So there's a few people here who are comfortable, but I think Leaf is a cut above the rest, and definitely Knight as well. People don't realize it, but Knight is actually very good with rockets and weapons in general.
I think there's another thing to consider as well, actually. Given that they're on separate servers now, or you know, Knight is on his own server, to what extent is Knight essentially being, I won't say less challenged, because you've got Leaf on there who we know is a good rocketeer, but to what extent is him being on a less popular server going to perhaps change how under pressure he feels, or you know, that kind of thing?
Well, yeah, indeed, he won't be able to see what other times people have unless he's watching the stream. So yeah, maybe that might be a bit more relaxing.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know.
Obviously, it kind of sucks, like, you know, being on the NE server, there's only like 3 or 4 people there, so you know, it's a much clearer space. They don't have people in front of them.
That's also true.
You know what I mean? But like, yeah, we kind of had to split them up between regions, because I couldn't have Knight and Leaf playing on, you know, over 100 ping with rockets, because it's just not enjoyable. Anyone who's ever done it will know. Here we go now.
So Quasar's taking the top route, unlike Zoo.
It would be more stressful not knowing the fastest time.
Oh, Cans has done a 26.
Yo, let's switch over. Can's now in the lead. Yeah, we are. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, I got a feeling that we're seeing overall less completions on this map than we usually do.
For sure. That is the nature of weapon maps, I suppose.
Yeah.
Can's going for the top route as well. Shit. Now, when I was talking to Panda about this map, and he was asking me, do you think, you know, like, the routes will be competitive? You know, between rockets and just strafe, or not just strafe, but, and yeah, there you go. He beats his time.
26.2. It's a half-second improvement. So, I mean, if he can find half a second from one run to the next, 25 sub 25 is gonna happen. 100%.
I think that even with the drop down into the jump pad, I think the rockets are going to be faster. Oh, Gamer of the Year, Goblin sitting at 29.3. But yeah, I don't know. I'm honestly surprised that people are not taking the other route, the rocket route at the end. I mean, presumably some people are, and that's why they haven't set a time yet. But you would think that the rockets in the second half of the map would be faster, you know?
Yeah, it's Yeah, it's an interesting one. I think we'll have to, if we do in fact have players who are taking different routes, we'll just have to compare as much as possible.
Oof. No way strafing is faster than keeping rockets. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But you know, there is a significant like time loss. Not only time loss, but speed loss. So like people who don't take the rockets don't lose any time from dropping into the jump pad. They also don't lose any speed. You know,
Yeah.
see like here. So not only do you waste time going down and up the jump pad, but you're also losing out on your speed. So that's a pretty hefty loss. But I don't know, man. I think like within maybe 2 or 3 rocket jumps, I think you could make that back.
Yeah, I mean, there's maybe a second lost on the jump pad, which
25.9 for cans right there.
nice. So ADR getting to 26.5 as well, so we're well into the 26s.
Another thing is I haven't seen anyone rocket themselves down into the jump pad and then back up. Like I saw, I think it was Quasar and ADR using rockets on the jump pad, but no one rocketing themselves down to fall faster.
Yeah,
And there's plenty of room to do that, I think.
there is
Like
a limited amount of health on this map, though. You're not invulnerable, right?
Yeah,
Or
you are. You are
You are.
invulnerable.
Oh, that was just.
Excellent.
And yeah, look what look what Cans has just done. You don't have to go down the jump pad at all. You can just rocket your way up.
Nice.
So you don't even have to go into the jump pads when you have the rockets. So yeah, I think the rocket strat in the second half is going to come out on top, personally.
It also
Axel's-
depends on comfort level as well. Some may be less comfortable relying on the rockets or less able to be consistent.
Yeah. Oh,
This is nice.
Cans is still not interested in the rockets in the second half.
But this section slows you down.
Yeah. See now with the rockets you can do a massive jump through that section.
Yeah.
Like skipping
can-
out the window.
And you
so-
can do this ending skip, which I don't think is otherwise possible.
Zoot taking the lead with a
Oh,
25.3.
I
Let's
think
see
we need
what.
to see.
Yeah,
we
I
need to
think
see what
he
got
might be
to.
on upper route with rockets. Taking a longer line at the start, I think, perhaps. Like going through that window. That seems like a longer line to me. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe, but you do get a bit more straight.
Mhm. Shooting too early.
Yeah.
We do have instant weapon switch on. It's default in race physics.
As it should be.
Okay,
Oh,
Zoot
nice.
still taking the top route. But yeah, that rocket on the floor just before going through.
Oh,
Look at that.
nice. He's made use of it.
And he's out the window.
Oh,
Look at
this
this
is
run.
great
there.
from Zoo. This is
Let's
really
go.
good.
Oh no!
Oh, oh, we're seeing some great stuff from Zoo tonight.
Like he's not happy. Right, what time are we on? 20 minutes.
He
I think
was
we'll-
flying by the seat of his pants though. So. We're gonna switch over soon. Do you reckon?
I'm not sure. I think we should just take a quick look. Why don't you switch over?
All right, I'll
To
have
the
it.
other
I'll
server.
switch over. Yeah.
Take a
I'll-
quick peek at the
I'll
times.
peek. I'll let you know what's going on.
Yeah, let us know the times, and then we'll switch over. If it's like significantly different, then we'll check out the route. But I think we'll stay here for another little bit before switching over to the NA server. Taking a look. This is looking good. Get the triple. Nice.
Oh,
Go on.
we have
24.
we have a 24.3
Nice.
from
Leaf.
who's it? It's from Knight.
Nice.
Knight.
Right.
Leaf has done a 25.7.
Excellent, excellent stuff. ADR setting a 25.0 on this server. What? Yeah. Yeah, we will. So we're gonna watch. Let's watch ADR for a bit. See what kind of route he's on. What kind of run he's on. Who the fuck is Emberbrain? That is ADR, Adrian. One of the best strafers and defrag. And he is taking this jump pad route, which is what I like to see. Yeah, ADR world record holder, defrag, World Cup. I don't think overall winner, but definitely has won some rounds. Yeah, ADR is a very, very good strafer. Ooh! Oh my god, and he actually made it. Okay. ADR, Chris, I don't know if you're back in the server yet, but ADR just done some crazy rocket stack in the jump pads.
He did, yeah, I just checked the stream. He did a double rocket and
Yeah.
Knight there is actually firing down. No, sorry,
Yeah.
firing himself down into the jump pad.
Okay, that still works. Okay, so yeah, ADR just tried it a game with a double rocket, but he sent him down instead of up. But that still benefits him, I think. Oh, lag. Nice. I think everyone lagged there. Everyone reset at the same time. All right, Cause, have a good one, mate. I'll see you later. Yeah, that's a very difficult jump to make. But he wants to do it. I think our prediction was too easy.
I'm coming back in.
Let's watch Theo run the map.
You can if you want. Won't be very interesting.
Just watching ADR trying to figure out this this jump pad skip here.
I think he kind of wants to bypass it altogether.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to do. Meanwhile, no one else really catching up. Still 25.3 for Zoot, 25.7 for Cans, and then closest after that is 27.3.
Oh, I can see him. He's trying.
Yeah, big gap here between the top two and the rest.
And I wonder if that's route based. Some frustration there.
We have a lot of players in April, says Crack, so yeah, we actually have 33 signups overall. We obviously don't have 33 check-ins today, but we do have 33 overall signups, which is, yeah, very impressive. Thank you all for signing up and watching and all the good stuff. We appreciate it. Couldn't do it without you.
Who knew time trials would be the most popular game mode of Diabotical?
Yeah, I know, right?
Certain obsessive personality traits, though, aren't they?
Seriously says no problem. Don't even you get me started, boy, right? He hasn't signed up. He's given up. He's quit Tim Trials, as far as I know.
Certainly, yes. I've hopped into the NA server, and Knight is, well, had the 24 point. What did I say? 24.7.
Something like that, yeah.
Leaf on a 25.
Let's go.
Oh, this is strong.
This is strong. No! Corner. Right, what time are we at? 25 minutes. We'll switch over to the NE server in a few minutes. I want to see if ADR can get this sub 25. No. What about the other EU server? I think Piotrski's probably streaming from that server. Let's see if I can find
it. Ninja is also streaming, so you can check out Ninja. Idiot is struggling to get that sub 25.
Can't be easy. This is looking good though. Here we go. Oh, that was so good.
Facing the problem that a lot of people do towards the end of maps is, yeah, just because you haven't done the end of the map as many times as you've done the start of the map.
I can't see any times on the other
No,
on the server. They're not looking at the scoreboard.
Yeah, Ninja had them up for a split second and it was just too fast for me.
Wow, what a nice guy.
I can hop in. I can hop in and have a look.
No, don't. I want to keep server joins to an absolute minimum because it causes lag.
Okay. Oh.
Alright, we got 27.0 from Trauma Queen. 29 from Ninja, 29 from Raven, 29 for Edward. And then it's like in the 30s after that.
It's interesting, isn't it, how these rocket maps really highlight differences between player times. I think.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just because the speed that you can achieve is can be so dramatically different from the other person.
Looks like sub 25 wasn't as easy as we thought.
No.
3 players now stuck on 25. ADR, Zoot and Cans, Mystically just behind.
Mystically not taking the rocket route, from what I've seen.
We'll try and get some of these racers on afterwards to talk about because I think this map right now is one of the most interesting in terms of what route people are taking. Like, there's not much of a difference in the route, not like the Narcos map that we saw, you know. Like, there was tons of routes, tons of available routes in that. There's only like 2 here basically, but I think it's really interesting. I think it's more interesting here as to what is going to be faster because we have competitive times from both right now. I mean, one isn't clearly faster than the rest.
This top route, though, on the second half of the map is pretty OP if you get the window skips.
Alright, that's 30 minutes. I think we should switch over to the NE server for a bit.
Certi has a quick question. He says, I wonder what route Rue is taking. I know he's not a big fan of rockets.
No, there are some players here who were probably disappointed. Like, when Rue said he was going to sign up, I was like, shit. Like, he's not going to be happy. Same with Quasar as well. Like, I don't think they're much of a fan of weapon maps.
Yeah.
And M16, of course, like, I don't know, rushed to get in at the last second and then he got met with a rocket. Like, shit. But hey, you know, it can happen. I think it's important to have weapon maps in the Tim Trials League. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go over to the US server.
I am going to stay here and keep an eye on things.
Where's the stream going?
The stream is going to the NE server.
Okay.
if you have any issues there. Oh, I can watch the thing as well. Nice.
Oh. I'm seeing things here. I'm seeing things here.
Why? What's going on then?
Leaf is in front with a 23.
A 23?
23-7.
Nice.
Yeah.
Euros are slacking. Cans has managed to break 25 on the on the EU server with the 24.3, but wow, 23 from Leaf. We need to see that.
Yeah. I know you're disconnecting right now, surely.
I'm watching on the screen share. Man, EU ain't shit. EU ain't shit.
And it looks like
CrazyAl's happy.
I don't know if Leaf's actually running seriously now. Because he's not really doing anything with this jump pad special. But he seems to be getting a lot of speed out of his rockets.
Yep. Certy. They're from America. I'd expect them to be better with weapons. Yikes, bro. Cans is just chilling. He's not even running anymore. Oh, Zoot just overtook the 23.4.
No way.
Yep.
Zoot is ahead. Zoot is first place across all servers.
That's wild. I never would have expected that. Sorry, no offense to Zoot. If Zoot can do 23.4, then Leaf and Knight and ADR and they will catch up for sure.
I got no excuse.
I'm not I'm not trying to shit talk Zoot or anything, but I think he'll admit that, I think Knight and Leaf at least are probably better with weapons. Zoot is hella strong with weapons, says Asen. I'm not too sure, but I think I remember saying he wasn't too much of a fan of weapons during the DF World Cup.
I don't have recollection of that.
Yeah, I don't really remember, but I was under the impression that Zoot wasn't much of a fan of weapon maps, but maybe I'm wrong. Is he using the strafe out? I don't know. I'll let you know. I'm checking him out right now, but he's resetting a lot.
Well, that's a good time. I think he's going to be micro-optimizing.
Yep.
From this point.
You think it's the opposite? Says Asen about Zoot with weapons, I guess. He ran a bunch of rocket on Quick Live. Yeah, so did everyone. The Quick Live race in the beginning was only rocket. Zoot is still taking the top route, which is insane. That's why I'm saying, like, I can't believe the rockets are going to be slower. I hope they aren't.
That will kind of break your worldview, wouldn't it?
It will a little bit, yeah. I'm not having it. We're playing this map for another hour after this. This is now a 2-hour map.
Until it just proves you.
Yeah. More competitive with weapons since top strafers are so insane. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Top strafers are insane, but then again, top weapon players are also pretty insane.
I'm going to check out Knight on this because he's in second place. He's the one who's going to be, well, yeah, on this server at least. He's going to be the one working to try and beat that 23.7 from Leaf.
Actually, Knight is... Cans has a 24.312, which is just barely faster than Knight. Man, Zoot's route here is good. Like before this sort of big bridge on the second half of the map, his route is pretty sick.
Knight struggling with a particular rocket here to give him the boost out of the jump pad. That looks nice-ish. It's not enough.
Yeah, this is what I meant when I say that this round is not free for Knight, and I think it would be one of the more interesting rounds that we see due to that. I wish I could see how fast it was going here, because he has got some speed going across this bridge. On a good run now. Never mind, I spoke too soon.
It's nice to throw a little spanner in the works sometimes, keep the competitors on their toes.
Yep, for sure.
How's Goblin doing? Because I know he's not a fan of weapons. He's
29.3 he's on.
Okay, well he's broken the 30s. He was there for quite a while.
Oh, like, Zoot is on such a good route, I think. Oh shit! 22.7 from Quasar out of fucking nowhere.
Way.
I wish I could have saw that.
We're on the wrong server, Adam. Spoke too soon about fucking
Yeah,
EU not bringing it.
any ain't shit.
NA ain't shit. Put in the NA in NA.
That's brilliant. I'll be back in just a sec.
Oh, this is a strong run from Knight. But beaten by the attempted skip at the end. It's very bonkable, that ending. He's finally figured out how to get a little speed outside of the jump pad, but he's not content with dropping down to that bottom route. He really wants the top route. I think it's what I was saying earlier, is that the top route is really OP on the second half of the map, I think, because it does allow that nice window skip.
Alright, I'm back. How we doing?
Pretty good. Knight's still struggling though.
I should let everyone know Quasar is on the top right without rockets for that 22.7, I believe.
Oh, so both Zoot and Quasar. Proving that rockets are slow.
Well, I think it's that rockets are fast, because you lose a ton of speed.
No,
you lose all your speed, so you're that fast before the jump pad.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. You're saying the route without rockets is in fact the rocket route.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is, and that's why rockets are superior.
Okay.
Because the speed you have before the jump pad with the rockets is just too good to sacrifice, because rockets are amazing. There we go. I've saved it. I brought it back.
You won't have to cry yourself to sleep tonight.
Nope. Also, shout outs to Nico. If we didn't already, shout out Nico. Leaf still on his 23.7. Quasar on the EU server a full second faster. That's crazy.
Yeah, Leaf on NA still with his 23.7. Knight still on his 24. It looks like we might be reaching a bit of a peak here. I wonder if anyone can actually break through into the 23s apart from Leaf and Zoot, of course, and Quasar. But I think we should go back to the EU for the last 10 minutes or so, I reckon. Although this is a straw, I spoke too soon. Nice mouse shake from Knight to indicate his annoyance. Sure.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, so stream will go over to EU and I'll stay here. I'll report from the front lines.
The FPS is back, baby. Never left. And we're back in the room. Watching Quasar now. 22.7 is the bar. Closest to him is a 23.0 from Zoot. And again, I think everyone's on the same route now. They're all, well, not everyone, but the top runners are all on the same route, taking this route here. You can see just the speed as he comes through. He just completely overtakes the players that still have rockets. I'm gonna have to eat my hat, Chris. Because
No, this is the rocket route there.
No, I know. But I was talking to Panda, the author of this map, last night, and I was like, yeah, the rockets are definitely going to be faster in the second half, without a doubt. Like, full confidence, and now
And what did Panda say? Was he like, oh, I'm not sure?
Yeah, pretty much. Something like that. And now I've got egg on my face. But I'm not even mad, because 22.7 is crazy.
You saw DJ Wheat last in Diabotical, raging hard in Rocket Arena.
Nice.
What are we seeing now? I'm on NA.
Quasar grinding is what we're watching. If anyone, if you want to watch someone else, by the way, chat, just let us know. But I kind of want to stick here, watching. I want to see Quasar beat this 22.7. And then again, someone could beat him out of nowhere.
Leaf has improved, but he's still on 23s and he's on 23.18.
That's a pretty big improvement then. It was 0.7 before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Nice. Making gains. I'm happy to just sit here and watch Quasar for the rest of for the remainder, to be honest. So if anyone wants me to switch, just let me know. I don't want to miss out on another PB. I don't think we've seen any PBs yet. It's the trouble when you have so many people to watch. And we've got 3 servers going right now. People beat their times as soon as you switch servers. Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it goes.
It's because you remove the class's curse, basically.
Yeah. But what about the broadcaster's blessing?
Never heard of it.
It's the thing, it's real, I promise. So Quasar not happy. He's not getting his not getting enough height on that first rocket. It's mad, like this you only use 3 rockets in this. It's crazy.
Looks like Knight may have achieved his time with only 2.
Is Knight improving? Asks CrazyAl.
He is on 24.3 and he's been there for a while.
I wonder if... Sorry, go on.
He has caught on to the route that the fast EU players are
So
using.
what was Leaf's time?
23.18.
Okay. So he's just behind Zoot. I wonder if Quasar and Zoot are ahead of Leaf because of the strafe sections. Because Quasar is a top tier strafer, and Zoot's not bad himself. You know what I mean? I think Leaf isn't a bad strafer, as you can see from the last month's result.
True.
Leaf did pretty well, as I recall. Let's see, what did he actually place in the end? Leaf came 6th, and all his times were pretty good. So, you know, Leaf is a pretty decent strafer, but maybe Quasar and Zoot are just that bit better, and that's what's carrying them. Because if you're only shooting like 2 or 3 rockets, then, you know, there's way more time spent strafing. Wow, that was an ambitious rocket from Quasar then. I wonder if that actually helped them. Hard to tell without the UPS meter.
Is that the rocket on the arch?
Yeah, on like on top, it was like a rocket on the ceiling. It was a bit weird. Like in the as he goes through the sort of weapon restrictor.
I saw it on the stream. Yeah. I need a third monitor at this rate.
I know. It's hard to keep track of everything. We have a lot of racers running today. Probably the most we've had.
And this is how we greet them with this map. Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Yeah, Jeff, DM me later and we'll talk about that. If that's a serious offer. Oh, big lags on the server there, ruining everyone's run. It's funny when you see everyone reset at the same time.
Yeah, it's quite annoying from a runner's perspective as well.
I can imagine, yeah. Because everyone's all like clumped up together, trying to get the rockets. And yeah, there won't be too many weapon maps, but it is nice to have one.
Knight is really struggling, he's really grinding this beginning, trying to get in through the window.
Yeah, and the worst part is it can ruin your run, but like there's nothing we can do about random server lags, you know? It just happens. Alright, let's go Quasar. This is never mind, Castle Scars. Oh, Zoot! I didn't even catch that. Zoot now with a 22.68.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Is he ahead or is he
He's ahead, yeah. Quasar with a 22.7.
Wow, okay.
Let's take a quick switch over to Zoot and see if he's doing anything majorly differently. He's going the left side around that first window at least. Quasar and Snow actually taking the right side.
Excellent.
I'm not happy with that run. Looks like Knight is fucked, says CrazyAl. Yeah, it does, actually. Just 10 minutes to go. Is Knight still on that same time?
24.3, yeah, he is really struggling.
That is, yeah. He will be then 4th place if the leaderboards don't change. I think he'll be in 4th place, won't he? We got Zoot, Quasar, Mystically all ahead of that time. Cans has a 24.3. Oh, Cans is ahead of him as well, just barely.
Wow.
As I recall, with a 24.312.
Yep, that's 100th of a second ahead.
Knight going to be 5th. Oh my god.
Yeah, that won't be. That'll be a new experience for him.
I dare say that he can bring it back.
Yeah, it's gonna make April interesting. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, Adrian is also ahead. Yeah, you're right. It's only a game. Says ADR.
All these sub 25s are ridiculous times, though. To be fair.
Yeah. Yes, there is only one map today. Might be a 2-mapper next week. I haven't decided yet. I am upset, but things will improve for me soon. HT. Nice rockets there from Zoot. Making that gap. Oh, doesn't quite get the window. Quasar with the same problem.
AD all the way.
How's it looking across the pond?
I'm looking at you, mate. I'm doing a terrible job.
You're just watching the stream.
Yeah. Yeah, no change. Leaf again, still at 23.18. Oh no, 23.18. That's an improvement.
Nice.
Where is it?
Mystically now in the 23s, overtaking cans. 23.5 he's on. Nice.
Knight doesn't look like he's having much fun, to be honest.
No. He's a bit worn out.
Yeah, he's looking.
Knight is good with rockets, but I know he far prefers to strafe. But he can put together a really decent rocket time. Or weapon.
He might just need a bit more time than he does for strafe. You know, he might need a couple of hours instead of one.
It is worth noting that Knight has smashed his times every week after the event. So while he may be the quickest to find the route and set a good time, like he still improves quite a bit after. So maybe he does require a bit longer to properly max out a run or route. Here we go, Zoot. This is decent. Gets stuck on the window.
Leaf Green says so many ideas, so little time.
I wonder if they know. Leaf is still what, 23?
23.18, yeah.
Yikes. I wonder if they know how much of a gap there is.
What are we on now? 22.6.
Yeah.
Zoot. That's great time for Zoot. Really good result for him.
Yeah. Especially last minute, just showing up saying, hey, can I play? Oh, here we go. He's on a run. It's looking good.
It's good.
Oh, nice. Still a 22.6, but it is an
yeah.
improvement.
He's still PBs, yeah.
With just 5.5 minutes to go. You know, he'll be happy about that. No one else has really improved. Sorry, Mystically has improved. 23.0 now. Saving half a second.
There's a little frantic feel to Knight's running right now.
Yeah.
3 minutes left, 2 minutes left. He's trying to maybe put in one last decent run. But it doesn't look good. It's the runner's last chance.
Okay, good run. Really good run.
Oh,
not a PB though, barely.
That final skip was quite large as well.
Left.
Not in NA. NA's got 1 minute left.
Yeah, they started a bit quicker. Started a bit earlier than us. We waited for Zoot and Zebra.
So the chances of Knight beating Leaf Green here are diminishing. I think he's on his last run right now. Picks up the rockets. Awkward jump pad. But he's following through with the run. He wants to get another one in. And he bonks. And
Bonk.
he's given up.
Exclamation bonk in the chat. Oh yeah, Gamer of the Year. I didn't even click onto that. A 22.8 for Goblin. Let's quickly switch over to Goblin and see if we can see what kind of route they're on. Probably the same, I imagine. And an M16 with a 24.8, which is, I think, pretty good for someone who's never played a rocket map in Diabotical. I wonder if Rue's on a 33, I wonder if he's strafing the entire map. I wouldn't be surprised, I wouldn't put it past him.
So NA is done. NA is done and dusted with Leaf taking the top spot on that server. And Knight close behind, but not quite breaking into 23 territory.
I just had a heart attack because I forgot to tell Knight to screenshot the scores after the
Yeah, I
after
didn't
the game,
either.
but he sent it to me like right as I realized that. So
Oh.
it's all good. We're all good.
Yeah, and the player stats don't display the times probably, do they? So.
No, they don't. I don't think so. Goblin with a nice sort of like rocket there. I don't know how you'd say that. Like a pre-fire rocket. Like into that, you see it into that weapon restrictor to give him a little bit of a boost as he goes through.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice. Oh, this is it. Last chance for a run here for Goblin. That's it. It's over.
Done and
GG's.
dusted.
There we have it. The final times, most likely.
Oh, Rue says very cool map. Can't wait to play it some more. Surprisingly, can't tell if he's being sarcastic.
Sorry, Rue.
Zoo just did a 22.4
Wow. Really?
in the last second.
That's crazy. Oh, this end scoreboard is too big. I'm gonna have to check the VOD to get those scores.
Literally a last second improvement from Zoo. Mad.
Alright, let's see if we can get some people in here to talk rubbish with you for a bit while I calculate these scores. Zoot's PC crashed. Epic.
Well, that was a different experience. I think very unique map for the Tim Trials Cup. Nice to see what throwing a rocket launcher does to proceedings. Certainly mixes things up. Certainly changes the leaderboard.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, what's going on?
Hey. How was that for you guys?
That was fun. I was
Not great.
remember I was playing today, and then it was 1 minute past, and CrazyAl let me in.
Yeah, I bet you're happy we were seeing some rockets.
Well, that's the thing. I was really thrown off at the start because I wasn't expecting them. And rockets are so different in Diabotical to any of the other FPS I've played. So it threw a spanner in the works. So I spent 10 minutes trying the other route, the rocket route to start with. And then I don't know if Knight would agree, but I think if you did a sort of defrag World Cup style thing and you gave people like a week, I do reckon the rocket route would probably be faster. People would do some like nutty double rocket jumps around the midsection, find some crazy shortcuts. But I just felt if an hour is going to be the time limit, then I might as well have a crack at the other route instead.
Yeah, well, everyone who kind of broke into the 23s or 22s was taking the pretty much the same route as Yuzu, and but yeah, one of the things that Al was a bit disappointed at, because he is, as we know, a rocket aficionado, is
That's me.
that it didn't prove to be the fastest route given the hour time limit. But you may very well be right that time will tell, I guess, as it always does.
No, defrag World Cup style, I think for sure. But
Yeah,
you know, when the maps are out in the public domain for a little bit longer, then I guess we'll see.
yeah. Knight, how did you find it? I mean, I know you're not the biggest of rocketeers.
It was an alright map. I struggled with it quite a bit actually, but I know I can get a better time, but it is what it is.
What was giving you the most trouble on the map?
The tight corners, like towards especially.
You've got to just force your way through at the, on some of them and just hope for the best. That you kind of close your eyes. Will the wall clip work this time?
Yeah.
Hope for the best.
Thank goodness for Diabotical for giving wall clips. That's all I can say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I found the start. It took me a while to figure out if I was doing the right thing at the beginning. And everyone seemed to be starting on the normal rocket route to begin with. I didn't think it was till 10 minutes later that a couple of others were trying it. And then I realized you could do the jump up to the mid. I think at 10 minutes, and I figured, oh, there's actually more rockets if you go up, but you get them earlier. I was like, wow, my mind totally blown. But I think I had massive doubts about the route up until probably 40 minutes in.
Yeah. But it's interesting, I think, from at least from like an audience perspective, this looked like the map that took the longest for people to kind of settle on their route and to think to themselves, oh yeah, I've kind of got this figured out.
Yeah, and I don't know, so I'm going back, so I did tune into the stream probably 30 or 40 minutes in, and I heard Al saying, I bet Zoot would be surprised that he's up there. He would see maybe some other runners faster, and I totally agree, they're significantly better at defrag than me. But I don't know if it's a case of just getting used to a run. I think in an hour, I'm quite good at figuring out some of the more quirky maps. And another hour, I'd be 10th in line. I'm 100% certain of that. So to be honest, I'm really surprised that I'm even here speaking to you guys. I have genuinely no idea what happened in this last hour. I was just having a gin and tonic and having a nice evening.
So you're all loosey-goosey coming in.
As soon as I did the 22.7, 22.6 or something like that, and then I think you guys came back from the NA server shortly after, suddenly got really nervous. So honestly, I was really happy that I could just pull off another 22 afterwards, even though I don't know if I got a PB or anything, but I was like, oh my god, alright, it wasn't a fluke.
You set a PB with 3 seconds left.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll be honest, that was pretty hot. I'm pleased with that.
Yeah. What was that? 22.493, I think, if I remember correctly.
I honestly, I expected someone to just bang in a 21, just with a minute to go. I really didn't feel comfortable the whole way along. It just felt like one of those maps where suddenly a huge chunk of time would just disappear.
You know, I don't think you're the only one who felt discomfort. I know, like Knight, you said you didn't feel totally comfortable, and I think the other thing is to note is in terms of fastest to slowest, got some of the biggest ranges of times on this map that we've seen in all the weeks. So
I believe it.
Yeah. But you know, always like when you throw a rocket into the equation, it has the potential to to change things significantly, and yeah, it's certainly done that.
I do like it a lot though when it's a bit more of a sort of flavor in the map and it's not a dominating feature.
Mm,
I used to play a lot of Quake Live rocket maps, but I got so
Mm.
used to them that as soon as I tried rockets on Diabotical, I guess I didn't like it in Diabotical.
yeah,
But when it's this, you're just, I think on my run there's 3 rockets that I was used. It's one to
exactly.
get height and 2 to just get yourself going a little bit. To me, that's not as intense. If it was more heavy, if I had to take the rocket route to be faster, like the long rocket route, I wouldn't have stood a chance. I thought that was way too technical.
Yeah, I think once if you're firing 2 or 3 rockets and you can work out the angle of those rockets and you can kind of replicate that, then it's comfortable, right? But the variability that comes in having firing 20 rockets
Excellent.
across the course of a map can be massive.
Yeah, massively so. And you've got to make sure, are they going to be max UPS rockets? So you're going to get the best of all of it. And that's what you start min-maxing everything that you have to do with the rockets. I was finding it hard enough just to get up to the first ledge consistently.
Yeah,
And then realized that actually I was doing 2 jumps before you make the gap across to where you no longer have rockets. And I realized, oh, I could probably save another half second if I try to make it in just 1 jump rather than 2. And yeah, that's somehow like half seconds were going down quite quickly. I do think I think I peaked, honestly. This is like the best day I've ever had in time travel.
it's my best day of my life.
Like 100%.
Yeah, no, it's cool to see. I mean, like, it's probably not cool for you, but from our perspective, it's nice to see the leaderboard shaken up a little bit. So that's great. Yeah, thumbs up. But yeah, it's gonna put a little bit more pressure on you maybe next week. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling it, or you just it's just another day at the office for you?
Yeah,
What is it?
a little bit, yeah.
I was gonna say Knight's not gonna have an issue.
Nah,
He'll be just fine.
nah, he's cool as a cucumber. I don't know if you have that saying in the States. Yeah, so it was really fun to watch, really enjoyable. And we had the most signups so far. We had 33 signups, which is very cool. 3 servers on the go, which is very nice.
I do think it's mostly because Al keeps saying time trials on Reddit. I think that's contributing a lot.
That is the strat, and it seems to be working.
I need to see more of that. That's what I look for that every time I go to the subreddit.
It's just a brute force method, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm always upvoting. Don't worry, I'm right there behind you.
Marketing 101. Al has broken the mold. He's found a new method.
Spam. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I've been opting for the Tim bracket E close bracket trials. I've been trialing that one. It hasn't gone so well. Not so many upvotes. But yeah, it's been really cool to see the community get together over this.
It's the best mode in Diabotical at the moment, just saying. So need more people on it.
Yeah. Well, the proof is in the numbers, and 33 signups is pretty nice. And I'm hoping it grows from here on out.
Are you guys going to keep
yeah.
doing this? What's like the what's the plan with?
As long as there are maps, we will keep doing it. So really, it's community driven because you need the community to make the maps. And yeah, as long as there's maps, we will keep doing it.
Yeah, big shout outs to Panda for making this map. This map is called Crumble, and it's I think it's pretty nice.
It's an awesome map. It's really. I actually had no idea who built it. It's really good fun. It reminds me a little bit of the map that Narcos made at the start of the last league, I think. Just in terms of there's an interesting sort of variety of routes, and it doesn't seem immediately obvious what you have to do.
I think
I love these. I really love these.
Yeah, I think that's our preference. Is especially if you're going to give someone an hour on a map, it's got to have some variation in it, right?
Sorry. Can I just give a massive F to Cans, who was 1 millisecond away from getting a 23?
Oh,
Wow.
Shout outs.
Jesus.
Dude, we're really cutting it close with these weeks. I mean, last week was unbelievable with a joint first place.
A tie in the end. That was crazy.
Jesus
A
Christ.
tie to the 1,000th of a second.
That was nuts.
That was nuts. It's possibly Zoo. You said you peaked this week. I think I peaked last week. I just couldn't believe it. Yeah, the odds astronomical. But yeah, Al says maybe 2 maps next week. 2, I'm guessing more linear maps, if we can. But yeah, I
Maybe.
like Narcos's map in the first season a lot. I thought that was really great.
Narcos has 2 maps in the works, by the way, for this season.
Nice.
Awesome. You won't see me if they're linear maps. Then I'm done for, guys. So I'm just gonna enjoy number 1 while it lasts. It's gonna be gone by Saturday. Next Saturday, that is.
Pour yourself another gin and tonic, mate, and revel in it.
I can't remember the last time I had a chance to play around, but I was just furious with myself. I just couldn't do it. It was a sort of linear map, but I just couldn't make anything
Wasn't that
work.
the week where we had 2 Brandon style maps? 2 BR style maps? I'm not sure.
I think I was only able to join for the second map.
Yeah, it was kind of black and red one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just awful at that. So yeah, get Panda and Narcos to make all the maps. Just saying.
I think it just highlights the need for like a bit of variation in the map pool, right? So
100%. I'm guessing we're not going to get many more rocket maps.
well, if Al had his way, you know, they'd all be rocket maps. Actually, he's been all right. He's the one been deciding. So, but I think it's making the rocket maps. I guess there aren't that many people making rocket maps. Is that what you
No,
found
even
out?
even outside of the even outside of the event, the league, like no one really makes weapon maps
Hmm,
that often. Very rarely, in fact.
yeah. So you have to exert a little force.
Al, are you just interrogating map makers to see where they're at, and then hoping that they put it for the league? How does it work? Your
Well, we've got like a private channel and like a spreadsheet and stuff with all the maps that are in the works. So I've like contacted a lot of like all of the time trials mappers basically just to ask them if they want to make a map, and if they do, they make sure to keep it private and the spreadsheet and all that, and then we just sort out and test them and see which ones we think will be good. basically.
the shady black market of
Yeah.
Diabotical time trials maps. I like it.
Yeah, it's cool. I guess testing them becomes a bit of an issue, right? Do you feel like we can test them enough, given?
Yeah,
that
there's
many
only so
different-
much you can do, and like for example, Disguised map last month, Hex, the wooden one,
Yeah,
obviously didn't get tested well enough because that map got destroyed.
yeah.
Like,
In
and
like
then-
5 minutes.
Yeah, like within the first few minutes, people started finding map breaks. But hey, I thought that was one of the most interesting rounds to watch.
Yeah, and I'm not saying like every map should be breakable to that extent, but it certainly added some nice variation
Yeah,
from our perspective and
definitely.
the player's perspective.
Who does the
Um,
testing normally?
It's between me and Snow and CrazyAl, basically.
And how because I know again everything's relates to Defrag World Cup for me, because I know they've got go through very insane procedures to test their maps, but I guess you've got like a shorter timescale where you have to turn them around really fast. How much time do you actually get to test them?
It depends on the map. Like, you can look at a map and know whether it's solid or not in the first few minutes. Like, for example, if you look at Brandon's maps or Mystic's BR style map, like, you can tell pretty much that there's no props, there's no ramps, there's nothing crazy on that map right away. So you know that it's not going to be that breakable. So you pretty much just look at the route and think, is this the kind of map that we want? Yes or no? And if it is, it goes in. If it doesn't, if it's not, then it rarely isn't, because we don't have enough maps to start turning maps down,
Yeah.
basically. But we'll give the mappers feedback and try and help them make it better as much as we can, you know, in the time that we have.
Awesome.
I mean, all of the maps have been really good, and some of them have even had some really nice arting given the time frame as well. So it's like so much time goes into it. They should definitely be applauded for their work, because it's to a certain extent a bit of a thankless job.
I'm amazed. I'm seeing like old maps that I recognize all the outlines, and suddenly I think Piotrski's just done this huge like art style additions. Like it's actually, I'm really surprised to see how many time trials maps there are continuously new ones and being updated.
Yeah,
I
I think I went onto Pancake Pleasure the other day, and I was just like, "Whoa, this looks amazing now." You know?
Yeah, exactly the same for me. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it, and the
Yeah.
fact that we're getting this kind of quality as well in the league, and people are putting all this time into it. Yeah, I think it's sweet.
Nice to see some updates as well on the editor to help people with like teleporters and teleporter speeds. A couple of weeks ago, that was very helpful. So I think the mappers will welcome continued work on the editor there.
I am absolutely clueless as to what happens with the editor, but I saw you can vote for maps now on a server.
You
and
can, yeah.
Already that I think has made a big difference to
Yeah.
the quality. So I was getting tired of just having, I'm on a map. I realized I don't like it. I got 15 minutes left. I just have to make a new server, and I can't. And you know, sometimes you meet like a group of people, and you just want to sort of chill and
Yeah.
just grind out a map for an hour or two, or maps. And now it's just made that a lot more fun. If we can get UPS and like a constant leaderboard, I'm hoping Raven's listening to us or something.
Yeah,
While,
we need
while we're
we
playing,
need
that'd be amazing.
UPS. We need UPS, yeah, for sure. That'll
And
make
then
casting a lot more interesting as well.
and sectors, I would love sectors. I know that could
checkpoint.
get that could get super weird for a map like this when people have got totally different routes. But I think equally it would be really interesting.
Yeah, it's actually an interesting point because I mean, obviously you've got checkpoints or sectors in defrag, but they manage it quite well, given that there is some variability in the routes. So I'm sure there's a way. Where there's
Or
a will, there's a way.
even like you know, simple stuff that defrag has, where you can see who's got the fastest speed, like who got top speed, like just simple stats like that make it so
Yeah.
much more fun. I think for you guys to commentate it.
Yeah, exactly. Just having some data points to build a narrative, right? To build a story. 100%. We asked Knight this last week, but I guess the question for you, Zoot, then is anything you'd like to see in upcoming maps that you haven't seen yet?
I mean, I've been so busy I've not even been able to see like half of the maps that you guys have put on, unfortunately. I really love maps where you have to find the route and it's not obvious, but I also know those are probably the hardest maps to make, and they take the most time to put in to sort of balance it all. So chopping and changing it where you have rockets in one section and then you take it away after. I thought this was really creative because I wasn't expecting it to be strafe only at the end after you already had a huge rocket section. So I don't know, I definitely can't be creative about it whatsoever, but these kind of ideas for me are like welcome as often as possible.
I think Goblin was after some slick. How's your slick these days?
I do like slick. I don't think I'm as good as I would like to be, but I could say that for all aspects of time trials. But even slick only maps, they are good fun. Who's the really incredible guy in defrag? It's not ADR. It's the other person who's got a really short name, isn't it? Or is it ADR?
ADR is very good at strafing. He's a top tier defrag strafer.
Is he? What about slick though? Is ADR on?
I don't think.
Anne. It's Anne. I'm talking about Anne.
Oh,
yeah.
Anne,
yeah.
Yeah, Kanzo just put that in chat.
Breaker
yeah,
too.
All over that.
Yeah, Breaker.
Yeah.
Also Goblin. I think I don't know about defrag, but Goblin's very good at slick and quick too.
Oh, fair. Yeah, there would be people who would just annihilate those maps, but it would be cool if that was incorporated a bit more. I don't like ramps so much, just because there's a bit of randomness.
Yeah.
I don't think that's been fixed. I don't know. I have no idea.
Not so much, and I think that's up there with the 0 UPS, the checkpoints, and ramps. That would be a great trifecta to get sorted.
Alright,
Yeah,
so we do
100%.
now have our scores available. If you guys want to see, you can check it out in the screen share in the channel, or you can head on over to the website diabotical-racing.com. See, we got first place Zoot, second Quasar, third Goblin, Mystic fourth, Leaf fifth, Can sixth, Knight seventh. Don't think anyone saw that one coming.
Jesus Christ, what happened, Knight?
Different route.
Definitely.
Different route. Couldn't execute. Yeah, it wasn't good.
No, guys, Knight was running it backwards. You don't understand.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to make fun of you for about 6.5 days until you thrash me.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, shit.
Enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah.
Exactly. I've got to milk it for everything it's worth.
I am Raider says Zoot 1, ridiculous.
It genuinely doesn't make sense.
No, the runs were great, so good job. Any other surprises here?
I'm looking for surprises or upsets.
Yeah.
I think I would have expected Kyo a little higher up. He's just
Yeah.
he's been getting so good. Like M16 got 9th, in my opinion, is considering how new he said he was to rocket maps on Diabotical.
Yep.
And I do see Kioi. I would say he's actually top 5 on the server as a racer.
Yeah, I mean, Kioi and Cans are usually side by side often.
Yeah, I genuinely think like Kyo's been. I don't know. He seems to have improved so much. It feels like 4 months ago I was on par with him, maybe beating him more often than not, and now he just seems totally like almost night level. It feels like.
M16
Almost
says,
at level.
M16 says he's never done a rocket map before, so
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
pretty-
It's absolutely
good
crazy
going,
to be
bro.
top 10 having never played a rocket map before.
that's insane.
That
Good
is
job.
unreal.
Especially like overtaking Snow, who is like an old school defragger. I don't know how much he plays weapon maps, but I know he has experience with rockets and Diabolical as well. I think it's pretty crazy.
And Chatouille as well is someone who I see on public servers, and this is going to sound really arrogant, but I always feel like I should be shitting on him, but he is really, really good. And the thing is, I just rarely ever see. I don't know. He seems to like crop up at weird times, and I guess I don't see enough of him play, or we don't play at the same time. But he just seems really, really good, and I don't know how he's getting.
He
that
is.
good.
He is really
He
good.
is
He's
good.
got some really top times on the leaderboards, I believe.
Yeah, no, he's
That's quite
unreal.
funny because whenever I'm on, he's always on. So I think it's just the time. I think it's just a timing thing. And yeah, he's always thrashing me. So yeah, he's good.
Yeah, I just hope that everyone sign up again next week. Be happy square. I'm gonna try to be that. I know I've been inconsistent, so I'm really saying it mostly to myself. But keeping up these sign-ups is awesome news.
Yeah. Well, I even know you've had some stuff going on, so hopefully get a bit more free time. That'd be
Fingers
good to see
crossed.
you here every week.
We have had more sign-ups, by the way, since we've been going. We have now 37 sign-ups in total,
Amazing.
which is
Awesome.
crazy.
It feels like we're slowly breaking into the defrag community. I know when I put the first Time Trials Cup at the beginning of the year, there was a bit of it felt like there was a bit of tension. I can't remember who it was who came on and said, "Oh, it's not a rule set, name rule set that is close to defrag where you have like 3 days to get the best time." They didn't seem to have much interest in these short sprint cups.
Yeah.
It does feel like slowly a couple more of these players are sort of, it's piquing their interest a little bit. So I do hope we get more of them, because there's plenty more players in the defrag community who would
Yeah.
be really good for this.
And it's
Well,
a
we've
good
been
format as well.
mixing both ways, because we've had a lot of the Diabolical players come along to defrag and play some of the weekly tournaments that they have there, which has
Mhm.
been really cool to see. These
Yeah.
two communities just sort of mix, and
Mm.
Yeah,
it's
because
nice.
you've got it's the War Cup that
Yeah.
we do every Tuesday. We review the demos every Tuesday, which is great.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I think the selling point for this is really the format. As long as we can keep getting maps, it's one of the hardest things. I guess we were doing it at the beginning was having a full bracket, and racers dedicating 4 hours on a Saturday night if they're getting through is a lot to ask. But half an hour, that's totally doable and repeatable. So hopefully we keep getting the maps and keep getting the chance to do it, because it's fun.
I think what would be cool though is if you're putting these on. Like, I totally agree on the point that every Saturday, if you do a 4 to 6 hour cup, it's that's a lot of time to put in. But it would be cool to maybe put in some like top point scorers and do a sort of invitational bracket style.
Yeah, I mentioned like
Tournament.
I could do in a kind of show match or something for something along those lines for some of the high scorers might be really interesting. Yeah.
I'm sure you could create some super interesting bracket. I don't know if you want to do it like rather than like 1v1, a sort of group of 3 or a group of 4.
Yeah,
maybe
we've looked
have
at
4 groups.
Trackmania formats that use a kind of similar. They have a bracket, but it's like a group of 4, and then like 2 advance and 2 go down to like some kind of lower bracket or something like that.
Yeah.
So we have been looking into other like back when we were doing those 1v1 cups,
Mhm.
we were looking into a bunch of different formats. I haven't really looked at it recently, but yeah, I think we should try and put something together, because unfortunately, this time trials league isn't going to last forever. At some point, we're going to run out of maps, and we'll have to think of something else.
I think the other thing to mention is, sorry, Zoo,
It's all right.
just to mention is obviously with Rockets, we had to split the servers today. We had to have a US server and an EU server for the Rockets to behave well. And I think if you have US and EU top players, it's only interesting from a spec perspective if they're kind of in the same server or they're playing against each other. So that might actually be something that we run up against and might be troublesome. What were you going to say?
I think it's worth maybe making a sort of bank of maps. In terms of the league thing, it's super cool that it goes on every week. But if you're going to burn out the map makers and stuff, maybe sort of create a bank. If you're doing a sort of group final or whatever it is, invitational show match, or you want to collect assignments, maybe just mention the map pool early on, and maybe have a surprise map inserted. But
yeah, that's not a bad shout.
Yeah, just creating a bank of maps, and sometimes you're going to want to release 2 on a week because you've got 2 maps, but you never know when the drought's going to come in.
It's more of a sense of the maps that we have are too linear to make people sit and play it for an hour.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like those Brandon style maps that we had were really cool, and I think maybe the Brandon one could have lasted for an hour. But Mystic's map, no offense to Mystic, is still a fantastic map. Definitely a 30-minute map,
Yeah, sometimes it gets really hardcore. You've got a linear one, and the only focus there is your precise spacing, the tightness of your A&D, and it's just it gets. I find myself just gritting my teeth with my eyes an inch away from the screen.
Forehead all the way forward.
Yeah, I joke that if you check out Zoot's stream, you'll see it'll be all forehead basically.
He turns left, his head moves left.
It's still one of my favorite emotes, to be honest, is the defrag emote. Your defrag emote. It's a classic.
It makes me really self-conscious as well, but it just it takes over.
It's out there, mate. You've got no control over it. Yeah. Oh yeah, tense everything. I went through a phase of just like clenching my butthole, just really hard while racing as well.
Squeaky bum time.
And I was on a defrag server, and I was like, guys, does anyone else just like clench their ass really tight? And everyone was like, yeah, I totally do that. I was like, oh Jesus, I'm glad I'm not alone.
I used to grab my mouse really hard, like painfully hard, that my fingers would hurt after like an hour. And just, I don't know, both my arms would just be super stiff, especially when I was grinding defrag. I just could not deal with that. Knight, are you using a webcam when you're streaming now? Just in case you've got a defrag phase.
I had it set up for my hand cam the other day.
Need face cam, man. Need to see that defrag face.
Oh yeah.
Didn't you mention at some point, Zoo, that you gave yourself tennis elbow by playing too much defrag?
It was actually CPMA, and it was golfer's elbow.
Golfer's elbow.
But that was because you have all it was CTF, so you have all the binds up, down, red, whatever. And it was the first time I was really getting into the sort of pickup system, and I was just pressing all these binds. And I was playing 6 hours a night, and I went into college. This was like over 10 years ago. I just could not move my hand.
Wow.
With my left hand, I couldn't write even, so it was a good excuse to bunk off work for a bit.
Yeah, as you get older, things do start to fall apart. I can speak as a 38-year-old. I can attest to that. So, yeah, it's all downhill, boys. It's all downhill.
Nice.
Oh, I'm feeling it. Definitely.
Looking forward to it.
Get your PBs in now, because you're not going to get any faster. Okay, cool.
I'm actually surprised I can still even grind time trials for even a couple of hours, because most games I can't sit and play for that long. But there's just something about defrag style thing where I can just gormlessly look at the screen and it's okay. My body is sort of working at this point.
Well, I was speaking to Rue recently, and one of the reasons he's feeling able to play time trials is because of the auto hop. And I think it's a really good thing actually for just the accessibility of it. I know like defrag is more hardcore and it does make changing between defrag and Diabotical a bit tricky sometimes. But yeah,
frequently catch myself because I use auto hop a lot, and then I think to myself, I'm so ashamed of myself. But it's actually just really useful. I would rather, because I think Knight you still click per jump. Is that right, Knight?
In this game, for some reason, I go back and forth. I subconsciously do it.
Oh, so you do actually use auto hop sometimes then?
Sometimes, yeah, it's just random.
Okay, so I would say I probably use like 60 to 80% auto hop.
Mm.
And sometimes for some reason I feel bad about it, but it does make life a lot easier when you don't have these repetitive. I keep breaking mice as well.
I think it's one of those things where I don't know. Some Quake purists are going to be like, "Oh, it's cheating." Demo Light in chat says auto hop is cheating, but why have that extra barrier there that makes it more difficult for people? It doesn't really. It's timing the jumps for me is bit of a useless skill, to be honest.
I do agree, and even you could make this argument. I think about a lot of things that arena FPS purists,
for sure,
FPS purists have. But if a game is going to be broken by the fact you have auto hop, then there's something else wrong with the game. It's not auto hop.
Yeah, I've been saying that for so long. Like people keep complaining about the auto hop as if that's the problem, but it's really not. There's something else going on. Without getting too deep into it, basically, yeah, don't blame auto hop.
No, indeed. I do get it, though. If you've spent 15 years not using auto hop, you probably feel like, God damn it, if this existed before, I'd be better, etc. But yeah, if it comes and it helps, then I'll definitely use it.
It's really just a problem with double jumps. Like, if you look at Xonotic, they have auto hop and double jumps as well, and it doesn't feel as bad as it does in Diabotical. So it is possible, you know what I mean? It's not outside the realm of possibility to make these two mechanics play together nicely.
Yeah, I've not played Xonotic.
Me neither, actually.
Yeah, not many people have.
I know Knight has.
Yeah, I played it.
Did you play in that cup recently? There was something to do with crypto. They had a cup, I don't know, a couple of months back.
No.
I was asked to commentate something. I think ZeroQL is a massive advocate for Xonotic.
Yeah, yes.
And yeah, it does seem to pop up still, now and then, which I'm really surprised about. But
well, they still do Xonotic Defrag World Cup every so often, don't they?
They've had it every year the past 3 years. Yeah.
Wow,
Nice.
I have no idea.
Well, it's more regular than the DFWC, I guess. Which I'm waiting for the next one with bated breath.
Knight, do you have any insider info?
I know nothing.
You know nothing. That's what someone who wouldn't say anything would say.
Donald was in my stream chat earlier, and he said the FWC 2022. So who knows?
Oh really?
Who knows? Maybe
That
next year.
If it's 2022, it would be, or if it's not 2021, it would be the longest gap since there is.
Yeah, I was going to say, because we've got 2017, then 2019, and then it'd be 3 years. So basically, we've just set a trend of increasing time span between.
there was 2014 was before 2017, so we've seen a 3-year gap. We have seen a 3-year gap, but we haven't. Yeah, I just hope it doesn't become more than a 3-year gap, or infinite, which would be the worst.
Infinite, yeah, an exponential time gap.
I think that's what we call it closing down, but we prefer not to say that.
Cool. Anything else from you guys?
I'm all good.
I'm gonna love you and leave you guys, but thanks very much for putting all this on, and I'm looking forward to next week.
Next one. Congratulations again. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, congrats, man.
Cheers, Knight. I'll shit talk you soon, but you will repeatedly smash me, so don't worry.
Excellent. Cheers, guys.
All right, I think we've gone on long enough, don't you, Chris?
Yeah, my wife is giving. No, she's not. But yeah, giving it large, says Adam. No, yeah, it's been really fun. Really nice to see a map with such variation and a few rockets.
Yeah,
love it. And yeah, catch you guys next week, or actually catch you on Tuesday.
How could we forget?
The defraggers among you. I
Double
hope you
feature.
have. Oh, true. Yeah, you got that absurd weapon map, which I have not attempted. Well, I did attempt for about 5 minutes, and Al was in chat and saw me fail, and I.
Listen, the start is so easy, bro. You just need to know what to do. It is genuinely very easy.
Okay.
I promise you.
I put in my time. I put in my time this evening, so I'm looking forward to seeing where I place. Oh, actually, the results will be up now, so I'll check them
Oh
out.
yeah,
in a
they
minute.
will actually, and the new map. So if you want to check that out,
Indeed. So
I'll be checking that out probably later tonight.
get signed up on the defrag comps, dfcomps.ru website. There's an English version, so you can join. And yeah, see you on Tuesday. And if not, see you next Saturday for week 2 of Tim Trials League April. Any final words from you, Al?
GG's.
GG's.
Thanks for watching. See you next
Take care,
week.
guys. See ya.